Let's go to Tallahassee. A little tighter spread here. Miami goes to Florida State for the biggest Miami-Florida State game in a long time. Now, it's not as big as it would have been had Florida State not lost in double overtime at Virginia last Friday night. But it is still a huge game. The line now down to 4.5. Miami favored on the road against Florida State. And Ari, the question is, did Florida State get exposed by Virginia? Is Virginia just good? Are they going to be a tough team to have to play, especially if it's a Friday night on the road? What are we dealing with Florida State? Because I think we know what we have in Miami. I think we know what Miami is. So what are we dealing with Florida State?
First of all, I have to acknowledge something here. When we were doing our preview video of this on Sunday, I told you the line was 22.5.
Yeah.
That was not my fault. It was wrong, but I was looking at a website I always look at, and that's what they all had the line as. And I think it might have been a mistake and might have been last year's line, because 22.5, I was just like, I'm taking the points, and if I lose that, then I lose that.
You made me guess it, and I was like 3.5.
Yeah. And then I made you feel like an idiot. So let me just apologize to you, Andy, and just say, hey, you were more on the ball there. Let me tell you,
I like playing
right
against the line, but
let me tell you this right now.
Close.
Andy, I have routinely picked against Miami this year, not because I don't believe in Miami, but because I thought some of the teams that they were playing and the spots they were playing them in, like the value for taking the points was good, and I've been wrong every turn. I am 100% bought into the notion that Miami might be one of the 3 best teams in the sport, and I'm done picking against them. I don't think it even matters what Florida State is. I think if Florida State is the better version of itself, if Florida State is the team that beat the crap out of Alabama at home, it's going to be a tough environment. Obviously, it's a rivalry.
So you're
game.
saying if Florida State's the team that beat the crap out of Alabama, it still might not matter. Miami might still be better than that team.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
There is a thought process of did Florida State get exposed last week? Are they not very good? What did we learn about the Virginia thing? And it's I'm going to throw that out, and I'm going to pretend like we didn't learn anything. That Florida State is still a pretty good to above average to really good team. I think it's possible Miami may be a great team this year, and I'm tired of picking against them. So I am going to lovingly lay the points here. And I'm just going to, see what happens. I when I thought the spread was 22.5, in my head, I was like, that's a lot of points. I could conceive.
You were going to take them to cover that too, weren't you?
Yeah. I'm just I'm done. I've been scarred, and maybe this is the death blow for Miami. Cause once I get on board, that's when I lose. But, 4.5 is going to be a sharp number. I'm looking at the power ratings. They all have it 4.5. I'm just going to go with the team that I think is better. I think Miami's better on the lines. I think that I would take Carson Beck over Tommy Castellanos. I think that the skill position players, that even though I'm obsessed with Deuce Robinson, I would probably take Miami's skill. Miami has the best defensive. The sum of Miami's parts is just better than Florida State. So I'm done playing this spot game, and this is the ultimate spot game. They're going on the road to a very hostile environment in a rivalry game. This is the epitome of spot. I'm not playing I think anymore. I'm playing the teams.
The way Florida State wins this game is they make Carson Beck make mistakes. They capitalize on some turnovers like that. That's how they win. I don't see a way they win it straight up, which is interesting because they certainly beat Alabama straight up earlier this season. But I think I'm with you. And unlike you, I have been picking Miami this whole time because I do love the way they're constructed on the line of scrimmage. And the
difference
just feel
between our records is literally just Miami.
It is. You're right. Yep. And because I started out taking Miami money line against Notre Dame. And then I took Miami to cover against Florida. And I took Miami to cover against USF. So, or not in that order, but actually, great place to get your birthday presents. Academy Sports and Outdoors. There's plenty of different coolers you could get me. There's some grill stuff you could get me. Tailgate season is here, and nobody gets SEC fans ready for game day like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Swing by your local Academy store, shop online at academy.com to find grills, jerseys, and more. Fun can't lose, and neither can you with tailgate gear from Academy. Academy Sports and Outdoors is the official sporting goods and outdoor retailer of the SEC. But even if you're not a fan of an SEC school, you've got an Academy nearby. You can go to academy.com, load up. And hey, if you want to get a Yeti cooler for River, we know where to find him. Yeah, I love the way that Miami is built on the line of scrimmage. I think Ruben Bain might be the best player in college football this year so far. I know there's a lot of quarterbacks that are probably going to be above him in the Heisman conversation, but Ruben Bain has been absolutely disruptive. And the Ruben Bain Akeem Messidor combo, like at the end of the Florida game, there's a play where Florida's still got kind of a chance. I think it was 19-7 at that point. And I was like, Miami hadn't gotten home for a sack in a minute. It's a third down. And that second, Ruben Bain and Akeem Messidor combine on a sack. And you can block, like the replay from behind the quarterback. It's just like, oh my God, how do these people get blocked ever? So
I will say that I am relieved that the spread isn't 22.5 and that we are going to maybe get a vintage game. Like I want that game to be awesome. I want it to feel like it did when we were kids.
I think it will. I think it still will. I think they're going to hit really hard. And the thing is, like, even Miami, Florida, that game was very much in doubt in the late third, early fourth quarter. I think Florida State is going to put up a good fight here. I don't think they're going to lay down for Miami. I think Miami just eventually overwhelms you because you have to block that defensive line and you have to have that offensive line leaning on you over and over and over again. And I think that's where most teams are going to fail against Miami, is the cumulative effect of all those blows that you're taking. By the fourth quarter, you just can't hold up. And you saw that with Florida. Like, Florida's defense was playing well, but in the fourth quarter, Miami's offensive line is just mashing them down the field. And that's what I think they're going to be able to do to Florida State. And then it's interesting the way their schedule breaks out, because they had the open date before this game. They have another open date after this game. And then it's the stretch run in the ACC for them. Mm-hmm. I think they get through this, and they're just going to, if they beat Florida State here, they're going to sail through the rest of the ACC.
Yeah. It's the U, man.
It is indeed all about the U. I will take Miami to cover again because I'm beating Ari in the picks because of the Hurricanes. So I will hopefully that will continue to pay off. Yes, I'm 25-23-1. Ari is 22-26-1. And we'll see if the Canes come through for both of us instead of just me. But we'll be at the game. I want Florida State to put up a fight. I want to see a good competitive game. But I still think Miami's got it.